Well, hello there. Come in. What is up, everybody? My name is Rhetoric. I am a touring musician and also DJ for some people sometimes. And I just, well, as of, I guess, a month and a half ago, moved into my van full time. And I also make music out of here. Right now we are parked in the beautiful Malibu because it is 9 million degrees in the valley in Los Angeles right now. I figured today was just as good a day as any other day to give you a tour of my van. So we'll start right here. Here in the front cab, this front seat does not swivel because it goes all the way back to the countertop that we'll get to later. But this passenger seat is fully swivelable. Swivelable? It's a new word. Today, just for VanLife people, it is swivelable. I have a swivelable passenger seat, and I also store my mic stand up here because this is the only place that it doesn't get in the way and doesn't topple over. And there's really not that much else in the cab. This is a 2018 Ford Transit 250 EcoBoost. And it has been incredible for me. It is 22.5 feet long, and I also tow my motorcycle on the back on a hitch carrier that I guess I'll have to show you at a different time because I did not bring that with me. And then the curtains for privacy when I don't want people to see in the back. You know, like the glamorous times when you gotta pee or use the toilet. So now let's get on to the actual build of this van. So welcome to the back of the van. Here in the back of the van, we have everything that I could need and some. I really made a mental note of when I was living in my apartment in Manhattan of the things that I used, and it really came down to bed, kitchen, bathroom that I haven't covered up yet, and yeah, that was it. That's really all I used, in desk space. Now, when I got this van, I didn't have that much time to build. So when I bought it, it already had this installed, the insulation, really the brunt work was completely done. The bed platform, all that. And what I did was I ripped out completely the plumbing, redid the plumbing so that I could stay out for a longer amount of time. And I also completely redid the electrical system so that I could have a self-sustaining studio while also off the grid. Butcher's block countertop, pretty deep sink, all I need. You know, in the van you only have, up here in the cabinetry, 2 bowls, 2 dishes, you're washing every time you eat, just a couple cups, vitamins, biodegradable soap, your typical Coleman camping stove. So the water is set up so that it's coming from 33 gallons in the back. When I got it, it was simply 2 7-gallon canisters under, and I knew that I was gonna rock through that. Future plans for me is setting up a shower curtain around here, and all this right here is a blank space that I'm going to cut out and make a slide out shower pan. 12 volt Dometic fridge down here, and right down here I have a Goal Zero Yeti 1000. And that is not only if my 200 amp hours of batteries in the back go out, but it's also if I want to record in the essence of Earth. If I want to go down onto the beach, if it wasn't as windy, and go record something down there, I could take this Goal Zero battery and set up my whole studio on it. Over here we have the couch, the living space. Throw your feet up here, but it's also, this guy right here can double as a table. So you pop this right down, but you spin it on for seemingly forever, and then boom, it's tight. And this is right here. This is desk number 1. Desk number 2, right under the bed in this handy dandy storage spot. Plop it down right where the fridge is. And I can have my computer up here with my interface, and then I can have my keyboard and my Ableton Push down here. I will show you the whole setup as it functions a little bit later. But then right here, right by my hanging guitar, is the super extendo desk. So I also like to stand and create sometimes. I guess it probably comes from like 10 years of DJing. And then this whole thing is longer than my desk was, even in my apartment. Super functional, super compact, it's always out of the way. I don't feel like I'm bumping into things. I'm a 6'2" human being. That was one of the things about this Ford Transit, is it's 6'4" even after insulation. So I have plenty of room. As I'm putting up here, max air fan. In the front, this is the one that actually has the remote and it's electronic. And then I have another one in the back. Down here, as you can see, right by my dirty clothes, is the Nature's Head composting toilet. And everybody, the #1 question that you always get when you move into a van is, where do you poop and where do you shower? So shower, I can swivel this guy around right now and shower outdoors, but if I'm in public, obviously I just go to the gym. And then this guy right here, the Nature's Head composting toilet, has been a dream. There's absolutely no smell and it just dehydrates it, and when you dump it out, it just smells like dirt. All you gotta do is pull it out, sit right here. You can keep working if you want to. It's like an efficiency thing. This guy right here is a shelf that I built with my dad. I love clothes, so to pare it down to this is huge for me. Before even researching a van, I didn't own a single tool, and I have all these tools and a much greater appreciation for what goes into the mechanics of making this work. Oh, how can I forget this? Honestly, the most expensive thing in here, the Weboost. Now, this is just one like metal casket of insulation, so you already know that your service isn't gonna be that great, but also going to remote places to record, if you need to find an extra sample or look up a tutorial for something, you need that service. This sucker is not cheap. It is 500 bucks, but it works. And it's glued all the way to the top. Comes to right here. This is the inside antenna. It's directional. The top one is omnidirectional. So wherever I am, I usually have full service. Oh, the bed. This bed is a full-size bed, full-size memory foam mattress. I guess the next thing we can move on to is my music studio stuff. But before that, I have to tell you the electrical system that powers it. So all my electrical system is stuck right under here beneath the bed. It's still accessible from right here whenever I need to touch it, which I've had to do a lot. But I have the Victron BMV. I have the BMV 700, but then I also got the Bluetooth dongle afterwards instead of getting the 712. But basically that's my battery monitor. I have 200 amp hours of lithium batteries from Battleborn, 300 watts of solar on the roof to power it. I also have a Sterling battery to battery charger with an extra jumbo alternator coming from under the hood. So when I'm driving, I'm also charging my battery. I have the Victron MPPT charge controller. Really just upgraded everything. Ames 2000 watt inverter charger, which has been huge because when I'm at friends' houses, I pull the extension cord out, go to the front right here, plug in, and just drape it through the window. But I do have a safe hidden in here for all my valuables. I also have 2 different security systems on the van itself. If you try to break in, it will go ballistic. And if you try to go somewhere, there's a GPS tracker hidden on it. So I'll just come and find you. Now let's get to the fun part, not the serious part, my music. I have my Ableton Push, both my monitors. I'm gonna hit HS5s because I had HS8s and that's just really excessive for a band. I also have the box for my U87 in here. The actual U87 is hidden in the safe. But I'm just gonna take out the SM7B for right now because that's what I've used a lot in here for recording demos. Okay, so now it is completely set up into studio mode, my happiest mode. We have my 2 Yamaha HS5s, we have my Apollo Twin Duo, we have my brand new MacBook Pro, Samsung solid state drive, just because it's shaky in this van and I don't wanna hurt anything. Headphones hang right up here. Everything right here is all powered through the battery bank in the back. If I worked non-stop, it'd last at least a few days. It's not a huge power draw, which was what I was completely scared of. And say I'm working for a couple days and it just dies because I accidentally left something on. That's why I have the Goal Zero down here, and that's how I'm actually powering this speaker right now. And then have my mic set up right here. Ooh. There it is, right there. You can see it's on. That sounds like Jim Carrey. And then my Ableton Push 2 right here, which is powered by USB anyway, so I don't really have to worry about it. Also, if I'm sitting over here and I want to work, I can just pull this guy out. I have my keyboard and my mouse right here, and I can still see the screen because it's 15 inches. And I'm young and I still got eyesight. So yeah, that is my studio setup here in the van, and it has been the most freeing thing ever. And sometimes when you're creating, no matter what it is, music, videos, anything, and you live somewhere, that place can develop into an uninspiring place just because you're not only creating there, but you're also perfecting in that area, and you have to objectify whatever it is that you've created. And sometimes it takes like the sparkle out of it. And that's kind of what happened to me in Manhattan. But with this van, this right here where we're set up now is my creation spot. Here's a picture of me recording in Zion, a picture of me recording on the side of the road somewhere. Here's another picture of me recording with mountains and a thunderstorm in the background. It's just been an incredible experience, and something that I knew I needed to do. I needed something like this. I really enjoy traveling. That's the thing too. It's not all glamorous. You pee in a bottle because you don't feel like emptying the toilet, and it's easier to empty out a bottle. You have to change the dirt in the toilet. You have to shower at a gym. But I feel like that trade-off is totally worth it in the way that I get to go wherever my creativity wants to go at that point. And I feel like I'm making the best stuff in my life. Also, before I end this video, I want to thank a couple of the VanLife people that I drew inspiration from when it came to building out like the electrical and setting up things in the van and seeing what they went through. Because I come from tour life. I've been touring my whole adult life, like the whole shower weird places thing, or use the bathroom weird places thing. Been used to that. The living out of a suitcase thing, I've done that more than an apartment. There was this guy, Will Prowse, on YouTube. I'll link him below. That's how I learned all my electrical stuff. He also has like an ebook that you can buy that is like the most, I knew nothing about electrical, and I set up this whole system. Another VanLife couple is Trent and Allie. Trent did this awesome van breakdown of what the pros and cons of each of the vans, and that's how I ended up with the Ford Transit. I actually went to see a Ram ProMaster. I was standing in it like this, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll make it work. I don't want, you know, blah, blah, blah. Ended up going with the Ford. Eamon and Beck have been a great couple. They also helped kind of with some of the electrical system. Nomadic Movement was another great VanLife couple. They're actually in a school bus because I was considering a mini school bus before anything else. Max and Lee, that's another great one too. Just those were the ones that I would watch and go like, oh, this is what they don't like, this is what they do like, this is how I'm going to approach it. Yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, advice for me, please leave it in the comments. Check out some of those channels that I just mentioned. Love their stuff. Find me on Instagram at rhêtorík, on Twitter at rhêtorík is some German guy that won't give me the handle, so it's at DJ rhêtorík, so it's DJ rhêtorik. My YouTube is obviously youtube.com/rhêtorík because you're here. So thank you once again for checking out this van tour. I hope you like it. I don't have a name for the van yet, so if you have a name for the van, comment that sucker below. Give me a like, because that's like the equivalent of like tipping your server on YouTube. And yeah, see you with an update soon. I've been making a lot of music in here, and I feel like that needs to come out soon. So I'll see you when that happens. Peace.